Hi, congratulations on reaching your final year. I'm Christian, level 418, and I'm glad to be the one to take you through this session of your internship. I hope you stay with me throughout this session. Let's get started. So this is your checklist for the semester. I'll be taking you through all of them throughout the session. Yeah, so first of all, you need to find a school where you teach. This can be primary, JHS, or SHS, wherever you feel comfortable to do your internship. You need to go and seek permission, or you need to submit a letter for internship. And when you're accepted, that's where you'll be doing your internship. So finding a school is very important. And then the next thing you need to do is to buy a lesson notebook. You will be writing a lesson note, so you will need a lesson notebook to do that. Your supervisor, when he or she comes around, will inspect your lesson notebook and your current lesson that he or she will supervise. So it is important to get yourself a lesson notebook. The third thing you need to do is to observe your mentor teach when you are giving a class. So I'm sure you'll be given a mentor, and your first task is to observe how your mentor is handling that class and how he or she is going about the lesson, because you will have to learn from his or her experience and then imitate that when you are given the opportunity to teach. The fourth thing you need to do is to prepare teaching and learning materials for your lesson when given the opportunity. So you will teach, you will be given the opportunity by your mentor to take a class, and you would have to prepare teaching and learning materials for your lesson. That is also important. The next thing is you would teach when given the opportunity. So that you also need to prepare for. You will also have to record a video of your full lesson when you can. So this recorded video you will have to submit to your post-internship coordinator during your second semester. So you are required to record a video of your full lesson whenever you can. You also need to take pictures of yourself participating in official activities such as invigilation, marking, teaching, supervising students, and other extracurricular activities like taking part in sports, communal labor, and the likes. This you will be submitting during your post-internship second semester. You will need to take and save samples of marked exercises, assignments, homework, end of term or end of semester exams that you or the institution gave to the students. You would have to submit samples of this to your post-internship coordinator during your post-internship. You also need to fill the various aspects of your yellow book before your supervisor visits. Your mentor is also supposed to fill various aspects of the yellow book where he or she is supposed to fill. You also need to allow your head of institution, this could be the head teacher or the principal, wherever you are doing your internship, there's an aspect in your yellow book that he or she also needs to fill. So that is it. you will be working on your final project work. So part of your course registration, you should have project work as part of your course outline. It is important to start working on your project work now. You also need to prepare a CV for yourself. Apart from that, you are expected to write a philosophy or your philosophy of education. You also need to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on your philosophy, which I'll be taking you through. So you also need to write on your reflective practice based on your recorded video. And finally, you need to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on your reflective practice. I'll be taking you through all this. So yes, let's see. Yeah, so let's start with the first one. Find a school. So first of all, you need to find a school of your choice, be it primary, junior high school, or senior high school. The location of the school does not necessarily have to be close or around the university. For example, if you are from the northern region of Ghana and you feel like doing your internship in a school in the northern region, you're allowed to make such choice. You will be given a letter by the university to apply for internship in a school of your choice. So that is for finding a school. The next one is your lesson note. It's your responsibility to purchase a lesson notebook to write a lesson note. This is to guide and prepare you for a lesson you may or may not teach. Your supervisor will inspect your lesson note when he or she visits for supervision. The format in which you write your note will depend on your mentor, if that of the university format is not yet generalized. So the next one is observe your mentor. For the first 2 or 3 weeks, you are to observe your mentor present a lesson to his or her students. Ask questions if there are things you do not understand. Your mentor is your guide before, during, and after you are given the opportunity to handle the class. So it is important you ask questions if there are things you do not understand. The next one is preparing your TLM. Teaching and learning materials are aids used in teaching and learning. These aids are to help you present your lesson better and also help the student understand what you are teaching. You will need to save and present samples of your TLMs during your post-internship seminar. Take photos of items that cannot be presented physically or are perishable. So before you take your first lesson or any other subsequent lessons, you will need to prepare TLMs or teaching learning materials to help you in your lesson. Now, during your post-internship or after your internship, the recorded video lesson that you had, the accompanying TLMs that you used in that recorded video, you're supposed to present them during your post-internship seminar. And the items that you can present physically, probably if your TLMs are on Manila cards, that you can present. But if they are not on Manila cards or any other form that you can present them physically, it is important that you take photos of those items and then you present them in a form of pictures. So for example, in my case, I use the school computers in teaching that particular lesson that I recorded. Now I can't carry the school computer and present them to my supervisor during my post-internship seminar. So it is important that I take pictures of those items and present them as TLMs. So I have samples for you to look at. So these are some of the TLMs that I took pictures of. these things I can carry and present them. In the case of where probably you taught home econs or catering in your school, for example, you use vegetables when you were teaching them how to prepare probably soup or something. You can carry tomatoes and those things and go and present to your supervisor during your post internship. So it is important you take pictures of those things and present them. I hope it's the explanation is enough. The next one we'll look at is teach. So along the line, you'll be given the opportunity to teach by your mentor. When you're given the opportunity to teach by your mentor, it is expected of you to do so. And then make sure your lesson notes and TLMs are ready. You also need to build some self-confidence to handle your lesson and the class. So it is important to get yourself prepared before you go to the class to go and teach. All right. The next one we'll look at is recording your video. So you're expected to record a video of a full lesson where you are the one teaching the class. This you would submit during your post-internship seminar. So it does not necessarily matter which of the lessons you record. It's up to you to decide which lesson you prefer to record. So it can be your first lesson or your last lesson or any of your lessons that you decide to record. It is also important that when recording your video, you keep the phone in a position of landscape instead of portrait. Many of my colleagues had issues recording their video in a portrait form. Well, luckily for me, I had a camera stand, so I didn't have to let someone hold my phone and record the video. So I had a camera stand doing that for me, but I also didn't have a microphone, so I used the phone's microphone and then recorded the video. The phone and the camera stand was at the back of the class because I wanted it to capture the entire class and also the lesson. So it will depend on you on where to put or to have your phone during your recording. But it is very important that you keep your phone in a landscape manner or in a landscape orientation when you are recording, because you want to capture the activities going on in the class and also what you are doing. So it is best you do that. Now, after recording your video, you will need to edit your video. So you are allowed to take aspects that you don't feel like submitting. So the parts of the video that you don't feel comfortable with, or you don't think it's right, or probably you made a mistake and want to take those parts out, you're allowed to do so. So you can edit your video and take those portions out. Apart from that, after recording the video, you are supposed to include your name, index number, name of school, subject and topic. You are supposed to add that to your video. So looking at what I have done, you can see that I have my name, my index number, the name of the school, the subject, and then topic that I taught in the recorded video. So you need a video editor to do that. If you don't have a video editing software, Microsoft already comes with a video editor. So just like I'm demonstrating here, you can just go to your start menu and look for video editor. This should enable you to edit your video, cut the pieces that you don't want out, and then join the rest. There's a link in the description below that would guide you, that I have demonstrated on how to do this using the video editor. In case you have a different video editor or you want to use what I used Wondershare Filmora. So yes, if that is what you want to use, it is also easy to go about. There is also a link in the description to guide you as to how to use the software. My contact details are just below the screen in case you want assistance. Just send me a WhatsApp and I'll guide you as to how to go about it. But there's a link in the description below, as you can see, to guide you in editing your video. It's easy. Anyone can do it. You don't need to be a computer guru or something to do this. It's easy, and the link will guide you. It's a full video on editing your own video, so that should be it. There are other video editing software such as Pinnacle Studio, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and the likes, that can also do equally what the video editor can do, or what Filmora, Wondershare Filmora that I used. So in case you prefer using any other software, you are welcome. But what is important is that you have your name, index number, school, subject, and then topic on your video. Yeah, let's take a look at my video, and then we'll move on to the next option or next point.
Check if you're listening. That's okay.
So that's just a preview of my video. You realize that, to me, I think that the recording or the recording is good, but the sound was not that great. Well, that's the best thing I could do. I did have a microphone with me, and just like I said earlier, the phone was at the back of the class, which I prefer. So, and I knew I was going to move around, not stand at one position in the class. So yes, there are some instances where when I'm close to the board, you might not hear me clearly, but when I'm with the students guiding them, you could hear me speak. So I think that's it. So the next item we want to look at is samples of marked work. You are expected to scan or take pictures of marked exercises, assignment, homework, and exams. These you would submit during your post-internship seminar. Apart from this, you're also supposed to take pictures of co-curricular activities and activities that you took part in. So pictures of you marking, conducting assembly, having breakfast or lunch with the kids, sporting activities, communal labor, whatever that you did that involved the students, you take pictures of those things, and then you'll be submitting those too. So don't forget. Here are samples of marked exercises that I scan with my phone. So if you have a scanning app on your phone, you can just scan this document into PDF and submit. I'll also be showing you pictures of activities that I took, that of myself and that of my colleagues. So that is it for this checkpoint. The next one we want to look at is your yellow book. You are expected to fill some aspect of your yellow book before your supervisor visits you in your school for supervision. Your mentor and head teacher are expected to fill their aspect after your supervisor has come, supervised, and filled his or her portion. For my copy, I have page 1 to 41. That is for you to fill. Your mentor and head are supposed to fill that of IRB 7, IRB 10, and that of 11, which amounts to 40% of your total marks. And then that of your supervisor is supposed to fill that of page 71 to 77, and that of page 87, which also amounts to 60% of the marks. So your supervisor would tear his or her copy away, you're expected to provide your mentor with a brown envelope with your name and index number boldly written on it. They are supposed to also tear their aspects that they filled and place it in the brown envelope, have it sealed and stamped and signed to prove that you didn't fill those forms. So it is important to remember to do this. Get a brown envelope, have your name written on it and your index number. Submit that to your mentor and let them put their copies of the yellow book that they filled into it. They will have to tear it, not put the yellow book in the envelope. Let them tear their aspect and put it in the envelope. Okay, so here's a sample of my yellow book aspects that I filled. I don't have that of the mentor and then that of the supervisor. Actually, I'm not supposed to have that, and I'm not supposed to see what they have written, so I don't have that. So these are copies of what I have filled and what is left in the yellow book. So there's a link in the description for you to enable you to download these files and take a look at it. So that is, if you want guidance, you can just go to my description and download these files and then have a look at it. The next one we'll want to look at is project work. So I suggest you spend some of this time to work on your project work. That is, if you have to, because this semester you won't be taking part in any quiz or exams. You will not be writing any quiz or exams, so there's actually nothing for you to worry about. So during your spare time you can work on your project work. So well, it's advisable you start working on your project work now. The next thing we'll look at is your CV. You are required to prepare a CV for submission during your post-internship seminar. There's a link in the description below as to how to prepare a CV using Microsoft PowerPoint. So I have designed one. I have a video that will guide you on how to design your own CV using Microsoft PowerPoint. So check the description for the link, and then that video should guide you to do that. Here is a sample of my CV. This is just for one page, and then this one is for a 2-page CV. So anyone that you prefer. If your information is for 2 pages, you can do that. If your information will only contain on 1 page, you can do that. So go check that video out. The next one we'll look at is philosophy. So you are required to write your philosophy of education and also prepare a PowerPoint presentation on your philosophy. So one may ask, what is philosophy? Writing a statement of teaching philosophy is a cornerstone of reflective practice in teaching and learning. So every teacher who enters a classroom or other teaching institution should have a philosophical framework that guides their practice. So teaching philosophy, which is what you are supposed to write, is a reflection on your personal teachings, beliefs and values. Examples are constructivism, progressivism, behaviorism, perennialism, essentialism, pragmatism, and that of holistic education. It's so whichever that fits your beliefs and then your values, you write on. I have samples of what I did. The link is in the description below for you to download, but here's a sample for you to to look at. Now one will want to ask, in what aspects or in what format should you do this? Well, it depends on your supervisor. Well, what I have here is an introduction, and then your statement of teaching philosophy, validity of your teaching philosophy. The next one is application of your teaching philosophy, effectiveness of your teaching philosophy, and then your conclusion. So that's the format that I used. So just like I said earlier, there is a link in the description below to help you download this, so you can use this as a guide when you're writing yours. But the examples that I've stated, you can look at them and then choose what your beliefs and values are, and then write on that. Apart from that, you're also supposed to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on your philosophy, which is this. So apart from writing a complete statement, which could be probably 2-page long on your philosophy, you're supposed to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on that too. So apart from the complete or full statement that you write and submit to your supervisor, you are supposed to prepare this. So that is it for philosophy. So the next one I want to look at is your reflective practice. So you are required to write a reflective practice on the video you recorded, and also prepare a PowerPoint presentation on your reflective practice. PowerPoint presentation on your reflective practice. So a key element of becoming an effective teacher is to develop skills in reflective thinking, and as part of the internship program, you are to write your reflections on your teaching. This aspect of the program emphasizes the importance of thoughtful analysis and continual revision of effective approaches of teaching and learning. Reflective practice in teaching is a way of looking at the day-to-day teaching experiences with an open mind, and this is to help you identify ways to improve the quality of your work, or in short, an opportunity to review progress to date and help you identify areas of practices which are in need of further development, and those areas of practice which may have already been developed. So this is all about reflective practice. In short, you are reflecting on what went on in the classrooms. So, and your positives and your negatives, and how to improve on that before your next lesson. So you start with your introduction, and then overview. From there, you look at your teaching and learning materials, activities, recapitulation, evaluation, and then application. And then you move on to your reflection before the lesson, during the lesson, and then after the lesson. So, and then you move on to challenges that you faced, strength of the lesson, and then innovative ideas that you used, insights gained, and then your conclusion. So there's a link in the description below to guide you to write yours. There's a link in the description below to help you download this file so you can use as a guide in writing yours. So that's all about reflective practice. So in summary, what you are supposed to submit are the following: brown envelope, which contains that of the field aspect of your yellow book where your mentor and your head did fill, your lesson notes, pictures of internship activities and that of your TLMs, math exercises, assignments, homework and all that, your CV, recorded video, your philosophy, and your reflective practice. So I think that's it. We've been able to to consume all the items on our checklist, and then thank you so much for staying with me. See you in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day.